You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, ESPN simply cannot let a thing be about basketball or about sport. One way, somehow, either through mental gymnastics or just planned scriptedness, ESPN has to try to stir up the race pot, the race element in sports. And so what they are trying to do is create the issue that Caitlin Clark is dealing with, involving Cooper Flagg, the number 1 overall draft pick this week to the Dallas Mavericks. I do think Cooper Flagg's going to be unbelievably popular in the NBA, provided he can play. I mean, there's one key difference with Caitlin Clark and Cooper Flagg. Caitlin Clark stayed in college a long time and built a massive built-in fan base that then followed her into the WNBA. And I think there's one massive difference because they're talking about the race war that Caitlin Clark's having to deal with. And look, she's getting a lot of hate because of her skin color. That is a thing, all right? Although I tend to believe that her personal preferences is an even bigger issue for a lot of these WNBA players. But I think there's a key difference here. The NBA players aren't nearly as petty, and they're not going to be jealous of Cooper. I mean, Luka Doncic, Nikolai Jokic. I mean, they've seen white guys ball out before. Dirk Nowitzki, it has happened. Now, I understand this is an American player. I just don't think they give a rip. I mean, LeBron got Luka to the Lakers, for crying out loud. All right? And we all know how LeBron feels about white folks. He can't stand them. He has just come right out and said that. I just don't think these players are going to treat Cooper Flagg the same way that Caitlin Clark's been treated, because I don't think the pettiness and the jealousy exists in the NBA like it does the WNBA. I mean, the NBA, people have watched the NBA. Nobody was watching the WNBA. Nobody. So Caitlin Clark literally brought in a massive audience, and it pissed these players off. I mean, how about that? She brings in an audience so they can make more money, and they got mad. You can't make this up. So here we go. Outkick. Cooper Flagg is the first American-born white player drafted first overall in the NBA since Kent Benson in 1977. He is already the most popular American-born white male player since Larry Bird. That's a fact. Is he? I mean, hold on. There's been a lot of good white. I mean, Chris Mullin is a Hall of Famer. He was pretty popular, but okay, I get their point. I'm not going to argue that. Thus, ESPN hopes to stoke the same racial tensions around Cooper Flagg that it did with Caitlin Clark. Yeah, look, the media, the WNBA media is complicit in causing a lot of this drama for Caitlin Clark too. ESPN defending the old WNBA guard and attacking her fans and all that kind of crap. So, enter in Peter Rosenberg, all right? Now, he's been in and around ESPN for a long time, but he's actually, if you come down here, he's actually a co-host of a hip-hop station, Hot 97 in New York City. All right? And he's one of these white dudes that has made a point to surround himself with black folks so he can show you how woke he is. Look at me. Look how woke I am. I'm down. I am down. Okay. I mean, if you say so. He's thought he was Marky Mark for a lot of years. He does the WWE pregame for their PLEs. Like today, there's one from Saudi Arabia, King of the Ring. I'm sure he'll probably host the show. That's why I don't watch it. This guy sucks. And he also thinks he's some kind of a basketball expert. Well, Here he is firing this shot out here to start a race war over Cooper Flagg in the NBA and try to equate it to what Caitlin Clark's going through.
However, we're all adults. We can have a real life conversation,
Yeah,
right?
let's do it.
Last time I checked, we still live in America,
Yeah.
right? Cooper Flagg is a white guy, maybe the best white American prospect since Larry Bird, right? Let's not act as if we don't live in America and we're not seeing what's happening with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Cooper Flagg is going to be an instant impact player in the NBA. I think Danny will agree. He is ready to go. That kid could play right now. If he's nearly as good as people expect, I think when it comes to intrigue, actual intrigue that people are talking about day to day, no one's going to be more intriguing, get more eyeballs than what Cooper Flagg's doing in Dallas.
Danny, what do you
Okay, so we're trying to start a race war for Cooper Flagg and drag Caitlin Clark into it. ESPN's only got one thing in their bag these days. One thing. Where and how can we pull the race card out and throw it on the table? And this was ridiculous, folks. I mean, honestly. Cooper is good not because he's white or black, but because he put in the work and had parents who told him that he was the best in the gym. Find another gym. I mean, this just isn't. ESPN is insufferable. If it weren't for live sports, they'd be history. Their programs are awful. Absolutely. Their ratings are down. Seriously. Their studio shows, way down. Idiotic. It's crazy. Peter Rosenberg defines retarded. I mean, come on. OMG, Cooper's white. Damn, let me go check the WNBA and see all the superstar needle-moving white girls. Oh, there's only one, just Caitlin Clark. I must be blind. Are there other white players? Are the other white players black with sunblock? There, black players doing whiteface? Is that what we're doing? That's not good. I see the point they're trying to make. The WNBA had white players all over the place. Only one came in and moved the needle. Not only moved the needle, broke the needle off. And did it in a massive way of where you can see it. You can statistically see Caitlin Clark's impact. The numbers don't lie. Do I think Cooper Flagg is going to do that to that level? No, I don't. I also don't think he's going to have to deal with as much hate. You got to remember, these NBA players are making millions and millions of dollars. I think the average player makes, I don't know, $10 million a year or something ridiculous. You know, their television contracts are, people are going to tune in to watch Cooper Flagg. No doubt about it. I do expect a ratings bump, but it's not going to be some jaw dropping where Mavericks games were drawing 1.5 million and all of a sudden they're getting 6 million viewers. I don't think that's going to happen. I guess if it does, NBA players might get upset, but I just don't see that. If this guy can ball out, they're going to respect him. Now, Larry Bird did deal with some shit, no doubt about it. And that was one reason why I brought Larry Bird up for the job for the Indiana Fever to be their head coach because, well, he came in the league and dealt with some of the same things Caitlin Clark has dealt with, and his play style was similar, and he's got the connection to Indiana. There was a lot of reasons. All right? And I was like, yeah, Larry's old, but Larry can also just coach for 3 years and get her through the acclimation of the league and all the drama around it and maybe come out the other side. I just don't see it. ESPN will try it. They are going to try to make this a black-white thing. I mean, it started Stephen A. Smith, Peter Rosenberg. This is what ESPN does. They have done that with Caitlin Clark. They have fanned the flames, no doubt about it, when they could go on like a legitimate news source and they could tell the truth and stomp out those fires. They fanned them and put lighter fluid on them. trying to prop up Angel Reese as some kind of huge superstar didn't help things. Tell me what you think. Cooper Flagg, is he going to get the crap kicked out of him in the NBA the way Caitlin Clark has? I say negative, Ghost Rider. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.